Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Men Only. A woman absolutely loses her mind because men are not interested in dating her. Let's jump into some of these clips. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
One thing that will never cease to amaze me is the sentiment that men have towards women on the internet. If you just go read through my comments, like, there will be women agreeing with the things that I'm saying and being like, yeah, me too, I've experienced that. And there will be men in the comment section arguing with women. And it's funny because if they would just remain silent, there would be no evidence to support the facts that I'm talking about. But the fact that they have to say something, they have to disagree with women, they have to make us feel like we are stupid and wrong, and that is how it has been for women for generations.
Do you ever think that maybe you are just wrong and the men are actually disagreeing with you because they have a point, right? This woman openly gets on the internet, posts public videos, and then gets pissed off when people disagree with her. This is the internet. That's what people do. You can post videos of whatever that you want. You could post gaming videos and people are going to be pissed off and disagree with the way that you game. This is the internet, okay? But modern women seem to think they have a pass where they can just say whatever the hell they want and then nobody's going to disagree with them. And then if men do disagree with them, it becomes like this whole issue where apparently we don't like women, you know?
And look, it's not all men. It is not. I have amazing men in my life who value the opinions of women, who listen to women, who respect women. But there are still the group of men who often find themselves in my comment section who do not have any respect for women, no regard for our experience, and don't care to change because ultimately they are predators.
Yeah, guys, so let me get this straight, right? Any dude who disagrees with a woman on the internet is automatically a predator, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so funny. This is why dudes have just stopped listening to women altogether, because you cannot criticize a woman in any capacity on social media, guys, without being called some sort of an insult. And this is also why a lot of guys don't want to date modern women, guys, is because they just take crap far beyond reality. You know, you can have a dude who approaches a modern day woman, and then all of a sudden you're getting accused of something you didn't do, and you can say goodbye to your career. Like, people think we're joking when I say this, guys, but women do take it this far. You disagree with her, you're a predator, right? You approach her in the wrong way, you're dangerous. You raise your voice, you're being violent, and so on and so forth. It's just not worth it, man. This is why a lot of dudes, like this woman, if you were to spend time with this woman, guys, in some sort of a romantic relationship, let me just tell you this. If you think that you're going to get out the other end and she's not going to lie about your character or things are going to go fantastically for you, I'm here to tell you otherwise. Like, good luck with that, my friend.
And it's always behind some fake account with no profile picture, because likely that's some of your boyfriends and husbands.
So here's the thing about using no profile picture and stuff. I would know because I'm an animated vampire individual on the internet. But this is exactly the reason why a lot of guys choose to be anonymous on these platforms, is because you can't even disagree with a woman without her labeling you something that you're not. You know, a lot of these guys have jobs. A lot of them have private lives and things like this. They don't benefit from being called a predator simply because they disagree with you or disagree with your perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if women are going to come out here and right off the bat accuse men of something very serious because they disagree with you, of course men aren't going to put up profile pictures because they don't want to lose their careers. They don't want to lose their jobs and things off of baseless accusations that crazy women on the internet like to make. Yo guys, just a heads up, today's video was sent to me by Maverick Man 101. Make sure you go check out his channel and the original video. Both of them will be linked in the video description and the pinned comment. Let's get back to the video.
As you guys already know, I'm 30 and single, and a question that I get asked a lot is, aren't you worried? Don't you feel rushed? Like, what's wrong with you? And my answer to that is no, for this very reason, and I think it's important to share for anyone else that might be going through the same thing. I personally have chosen not to share details about any of my past relationships on the internet, and I really just want to be very respectful of the privacy of anyone else involved. I will share.
You know what? This is actually a rarity, so I'll give props to this woman, guys. I don't know whether what she's saying is true or not, but I'm just going to assume that it's true. If this is true and this woman doesn't do this, congratulations, because oftentimes when I see these women, particularly the ones who are like approaching 30 years of age and they still don't have a serious relationship with a man, a lot of them just post unnecessary details about their past relationships onto the internet. And this is a great way, by the way, to steer men away from you. If you want men to not date you, a very good strategy is to just post about your personal life on the internet. This is going to run men away because men are going to understand, hey, if I get into a relationship with this woman, number one, she's crazy. But number two, there is going to be no such thing as a private life, because any disagreement we have, or any time she doesn't like me because I told her the word no, or so on and so forth, is just going to be broadcast publicly to the internet. And men aren't actually interested in having this happen. So props to this woman if she doesn't actually do that. But now we're on to the laughing part, guys, where she left a long-term relationship in her 20s, and now she's approaching 30 and she's still single. I find it so funny when women do this, guys, because you just know the cats and the boxed wine, guys, they are just around the corner when they realize that they are running out of time to have children. Let's continue.
And I really just want to be very respectful of the privacy of anyone else involved. I will share some details just as it relates to me. I was in a pretty long relationship up until my late 20s, and it was a really good relationship. I could have had a really great life. I didn't feel completely fulfilled in that relationship, and I think a huge part of that is I was not the best version of myself. I was not.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me translate here, guys. She was in a relationship with the dude who was financially stable and well off. Right? She could have had the white picket fence and so on. She could have been provided for, but she wasn't super attracted to him, so she has to return to the streets and hook up with more chads. That's the translation, guys. Is notice how women say this crap about their relationship is like, yeah, I left my relationship, and you're like, okay, why? And they go, oh, don't get me wrong, it was a great relationship. He was a great guy and so on. It's like, okay, so why did you leave? You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, the reason why these women leave is because they're not attracted to the men and they want to go back out clubbing with their girlfriends to hook up with random dudes. You know, I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't happy. Translation, we want to go hook up with random men. That's really what it means.
It was a really good relationship. I could have had a really great life. I didn't feel.
Listen to that, guys. It was a great relationship. I could have had a very good life. Translation, the man had resources. He would have taken care of me. He would have loved me. But you know what? It wasn't enough because maybe the man wasn't tall enough. Maybe he wasn't attractive enough. Maybe he didn't have enough social status. And so she thinks that she can do better. So she left that relationship as she's pushing 30.
Feel completely fulfilled in that relationship. And I think a huge part of that is I was not the best version of myself. I was not the person that I knew I could be. There were multiple areas of my life that I wasn't necessarily happy with. Of course, you don't need to leave a relationship to become the best version of yourself. I thought to myself a lot, if I were the best version of myself and the person that I really want to be, would this relationship fully be aligned with that version of me?
This woman is crazy, guys. This makes absolutely no sense. The reason why they say crap like this is because they're trying to paint themselves as the good person. Okay, if you were in this man's shoes, here's what happened if you were in this guy's shoes. You love this woman, you would have provided for her, you would have taken care of her, you would have done anything because you cared about her and you loved her. One day she decides to leave you because she's bored. That's really what happens. The dude just gets ditched. He did everything by the book. He did everything he was told to do. But you know what? It's not enough. So she decided to leave to quote unquote improve herself and go on her self-improvement journey. This is complete nonsense. The reason why the woman left is because she wasn't as attracted to the dude as she felt she should have been. She'd probably been with too many dudes previously, so it completely ruins her pair bonding ability. That's what this actually is, guys. I hate videos like this where the woman will try and paint it as though it's some sort of a nice thing, but essentially she just ditched the dude because she wanted to go get with quote unquote better ones.
I'm the best version of yourself. I thought to myself a lot, if I were the best version of myself and the person that I really want to be, would this relationship fully be aligned with that version of me? I'm not saying anything about the other person, but when I figured out really where I was headed, that we were not going to be heading in the same direction. But then I had to face the very hard question of, okay, am I going to leave in my late 20s and completely start over, having no idea what's going to happen? Or do I stay because I love this person? So I made that hard decision. And when I left, I went and spent a lot of time fixing the parts of my life that I wasn't happy with. Just a few years later, am now a completely different person. Like, I've transformed in so many different ways. Now,
yeah, guys, she's done all of her healing now, right? She went back right out there, guys, and she began her healing immediately. Translation, went out there, started hooking up with a whole bunch of dudes immediately, right? She left the dude that this is her words, okay? She loved this man. Everything was great. She could have had the life she wanted. She could have had a great life. But she decided to leave because she wasn't happy. Isn't this crazy, guys, how women will get on the internet and they will say this crap like, oh, yes, I loved him, but you know what? I left. And by the way, guys, I take back the praise that I was giving this woman for not trashing her ex-boyfriends and things like this. As far as I'm concerned, this isn't the public's business either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love for women not to do this, to not air out their private details, but they choose to do it anyway. I don't care if you think that it's nice, but the fact of the matter is all of this stuff completely should actually be kept private. Okay, so she left this dude who she apparently loved in her late 20s. Like, these women they just throw words around, man. You know, I love this guy. Yeah, but I ditched him because I thought I could do better.
A few years later, and now a completely different person. Like, I've transformed in so many different ways. And that was the best decision that I ever made for myself, because I now finally feel like I am in complete alignment with the type of person I want to be in a relationship, the type of girlfriend, the type of wife, because I'm in that place and also just so happy with my own life and so happy on my own. I know that I'm going to choose correctly. I know that when my person shows up, I'm going to be in complete alignment with them and they're going to be in complete alignment with me. Of course, in any relationship, you are going to work through things and change and grow together. I now really love the person that I am, and it took sacrifice and letting go of the old in order to become that. Part of that sacrifice is just to be 30 and single, but I know I won't be forever.
Holy hell. So let me get this straight. This woman left her long-term relationship that she had throughout her 20s with the man that she loved, who was a great guy. Why? Because she wanted to become the best version of herself. Like, you just can't make this crap up, guys. And the funniest part about this video is that this woman will sit here and she will say this completely straight-faced, like it makes total sense and like she's a good person. Do you know what I mean? Like, isn't that just crazy to think about, how this woman will say this whole spiel and just be like, and at the end of it, it'll just be like a smiley face, you know, like, yeah, this is what I did. It was a great move. I'm an empathetic and caring person, you know. I was just trying to align myself. It's like, ma'am, you are an awful person. you know what I mean? You don't. The funny thing is, as well, is that these women, they do this to great men, by the way. Like, they do this to the men that would care about them, that would love them, and so on. And these men, they have this crap happen to them, and they say, never again, man. Right? Because imagine the man's experience of this. He gives this woman everything. He loves her. He cares for her. Right? And the woman just up and leaves one day because she wants to align herself with Chad's bedroom. Okay? And so what does this guy think, who gets completely ditched? He's going to think to himself, here's what men think. Well, I'm not doing that again. And so women actually ruin it for the rest of them. You know what I mean? Because this is one caring guy, one good man who would have provided for women, quote unquote good man who would have provided for women, right? Who's just not going to do this crap again. And then these same women complain when they're like 35 and they're like, where are all the good men? The women completely botched the good men. I'll tell you this, a lot of good men turn away from dating and dealing with women precisely because of women like this. Like, craziness, man.
In order to become that. Part of that sacrifice is just to be 30 and single, but I know I won't be forever.
What does it mean? On New Year's, I had an old flame send me a message, and we've been texting back and forth pretty much every day.
Ma'am, you are like 40 pushing 50. What are you sitting here talking about old flames? My goodness.
And he's responsive, right? It doesn't take a long time for him to respond. When we're texting. I don't think he's listening to me. But like, why are you talking to me if you're not going to hear what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so this guy, this is funny, guys. Women don't understand this. This old flame, this guy who hooked up with you and then bounced previously, the reason why he's not listening is because he's not there to have a conversation with you. He doesn't actually care.
I had a bad day at work on Friday. He didn't ask me about that. I took a class on the weekend, didn't ask about that.
Oh, no.
And then the icing on the cake was yesterday. I told him what I was doing. I went ice skating. I got gas. I got groceries. I'm baking cookies, like doing all this stuff. And literally 10 minutes later, I looked at the timestamp on the text. 10 minutes later, he's like, so what'd you get up to today? So I called him out. I literally just told you what I am doing. And when you're not reading my texts and processing that information, it makes me feel like I am not heard or important.
I mean, you are not heard and you are not important to this guy. This is hilarious, guys, as women will actively be hookups for men, okay? They will give their bodies away to these dudes, these men. Let me make this absolutely clear. These men are not interested in you as a person. He does not give a damn what you do all day. He doesn't care about your cookies. He doesn't care about your ice skating or whatever the hell you said you were doing. This man is there to have fun and nothing really else. It's so funny. And she sits here and she goes, well, it feels like this man doesn't care about me. Yeah, obviously he doesn't care. Like, what is getting lost in translation here? I don't understand. Oh, he replies to me quickly. You know, when we're texting, we're texting. The man doesn't care about you. How on earth, guys, women get to like 40 and 50 and still don't understand that these men are not interested in anything serious with them is completely beyond me. It's so crazy. They actually think that these dudes who are just having fun with them and then saying no to a relationship, who are not pushing for a relationship or anything, are just interested in them because of their wonderful personalities. I have known this woman for like a total of 45 seconds or whatever the hell she was talking for, even though it felt like 3 full years. And I don't care at all. Like, I am repulsed by her talking. Nobody cares about your day, madam. These people think that they're so important, man.
And he said, I'm sorry, I've got a lot going on right now. What does it mean?
What it means is that the man does not care. I don't know what other way I can put this.
I have not been on a date in 3 years. 3 whole years. And I am 31, will be 32 years old in April. Yeah, and I can't believe that I am not able to even get a single date, and I would love to know or have any suggestions from anyone, honestly, at this point, of how to go about dating at this point. It just really feels like nobody is interested in dating, doing the whole spiel. Yeah, so help a girl out.
Okay, let me explain this to this woman very quickly. Even though these women will never listen to what men have to say, guys, here's the women's solution. Stop chasing men who are physically out of your league. That's it. These attractive men on dating applications, they don't want you. They have options. They don't want to deal with 31-year-old women who are looking for serious relationships now. Okay, that's just the way it is, man. These men are not interested in dating you. You need to stop swiping on the men that you find attractive on social media, right? And here's the funny thing, guys, is people will say, well, aren't women entitled to go after the men that they feel attracted to? Shouldn't people be with people that they are genuinely attracted to? And here's the problem, guys. Women's threshold for what they find attractive is way beyond how valuable they are to men. Does that make sense? Because this woman, even this woman right here who's like 31, she could still go out there and hook up with some Giga Chad who's highly attractive. And mark my words, she has done this, okay? Because these dudes, they'll hook up with her. The reason why she says no dates, she's still hooked up with men during this time period, by the way. These men just haven't been interested in dating her. And so she'll go out there, she'll hook up with these men who are attractive. These men, of course, won't take her out on dates, but she will still feel entitled to this quality of man. You see what I'm saying, guys? Like this woman who is, let's just call this an average woman. She does not want to date an average man. She might think that she does. Oh, I just want the bare minimum. No, you want the bare minimum from the dudes who have a lot of options. That's why these women are single.
What do you have to say for people that are in their 30s and just feeling burnt out by the dating scene or finding themselves in a negative mindset or maybe a spiral?
I would look at a couple of things. One, what is the narrative and story you're telling yourself? Because more often than not, it's usually that of like, I'm too old. No one's going to like me. I'm over that, right? No, when it comes to dating apps, even I met my partner on Hinge. So what changed was I became a better buyer. I stopped allowing bullshit. If you're exhausted in the dating world, one, take a break. The second thing is start to look at how am I showing up? I can't tell you how many dating profiles I have seen from women in their 30s. And the minute I see it, I'm like, well, you wonder why you're not getting anybody. There's nothing about you. It's all about, well, I want somebody who's growth minded. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? I want somebody that's vulnerable. Do you think someone reading that is like, that's me? No, they understand the buzzwords. I think it's also about what is your life outside of dating? Maybe we.
Oh my goodness. I have to pause this, man. These female dating coaches are so damn clueless. Oh, the reason why you're still single in your 30s as a woman is because your bio is incorrect, right? Because you're miscommunicating in the about section of your Hinge profile. No, the reason why these women are single, guys, is because they continually chase men who are out of their league. That's all that it is, right? And they might say, well, I'm just demanding the bare minimum. You're demanding the bare minimum from men who are not interested, who are highly attractive and not interested in dating you. You know what I mean, guys? It's like, it's just absolutely crazy. The selection in men is what is keeping these women single for the most part. And that's before we even get on to how insufferable these women are. Because here's the thing, you can have a woman who's insufferable, she can still get a man. Okay, so the fact that women are single just means the problem is so much worse, because not only are a lot of them insufferable, but also they are completely incapable of choosing men who would actually have relationships with them. And just by the way, when they do that, let's go back to this clip here, right? When they do choose the good men, this is the crap that they pull. They do exactly what this woman did here, where they just leave anyway because they find these men boring, because they have already screwed themselves over, right? By going and hooking up with these men who are highly attractive, it completely ruins the average man for them. You know, like, these women will not be attracted to the guys who are average when they go out there and they hook up with a few chads. It's just completely over, guys. You think a woman wants to go from dating dudes who are like 6'2", who have great jawlines, to a guy who's like 5'9" and a little bit overweight like she is? No, they don't want to do that. They don't want to actually date on their quote-unquote level. I really dislike even using the word level, guys, but that's just the way it is. They don't want to date dudes who are actually appropriate for them. They always want to shop above where they should actually be shopping above.
Get ready with me, except for I just got broken up with after a 2-year relationship. Not only was I broken up with, but he blocked me on it. First he did it over text and said that he wasn't man enough to do it face to face, and then blocked me on messages, Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok.
Why do women feel the need to just post this stuff online, man? You know, if this is such a painful and awful experience to you, I have never once thought, guys, whenever I go through something difficult in my own personal life, hey, you know what a great idea is? Let me just go post about that on social media real quick. You know, this is not something that I think is but modern women, they just absolutely love to do it. You know what? I'm crying because I'm upset. Time to whip out the phone camera and record myself for all of TikTok to see.
And like, I didn't even do anything wrong. Like, I don't know why he had to block me. It's not like we don't go to the same school and have like the same sports and the same coaches and private coaches and everything. So it's really confusing because we literally have all of our like extracurricular things are together. Like, why are you blocking me like it's gonna take me out of your life? Like, no. I'm not gonna put on mascara right now because I'm about to go get my nails done. I know I'm a nail tech and I literally do my own nails, but the reason I'm going to get my nails done is because my best friend asked if I would go with her and her mom, and then we're going to like this like club tonight. So
yeah, see, here's the reason. Wait, this is so crazy. Okay, so this woman gets broken up with, right? She gets broken up with, and that exact same day, she's hitting the club. I think we all know what the issue is here, guys. Like, women just refuse to take any accountability. Men do not want to date club girls. I don't care what you think. Oh, he's insecure. He's terrible. They don't want to. This woman was probably out here clubbing when he felt uncomfortable with it. She was probably out here cheating or doing something like this. I don't buy her whole narrative that she did nothing wrong. Also, super weird to record this whole video, by the way, when you're just doing a face full of makeup, right? Not like, I think recording these makeup videos is weird as it is, but whatever. But crying about a breakup and doing a makeup video at the same time, and then saying how you're going to the club later that night. If you're this dude and you see this video, you know immediately that you made a great choice. If you break up with a woman, guys, and immediately that exact same night she's hitting the club, I think your decision to break up with that woman was probably a really great decision.
So I'm just gonna try and make myself look a little bit better while I'm at the nail salon so they can't tell that I literally just got broken up with, because
I mean, you're going to tell them anyway. We already know that.
But I already know I'm about to cry a whole bunch, so I'm just not gonna wear mascara right now. And then when I'm at the like club thing we're going to tonight, I'll wear mascara, but we're gonna get ready at her house, and hopefully I'll be able to pull it together at the club. I'm not gonna dog on his name because there were certain parts of our relationship that were really good, and in the beginning it was really good. But if you really love somebody, I don't see how you can just like block them and try and completely get them out of your life. Like, that's not right to me. Like, that's so unfair. That's so unfair and so messed up. Like,
I mean, hey, maybe he's trying to like align his inner chakras or something. You know, you ever consider that? Like, he could have had a great life with you, I'm sure, but maybe he was just trying to align himself. Maybe he needed to go on some sort of healing journey or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, you know, maybe the men, we just need to have our breather, okay, where we wait for the planets to align, and then what we do is we just start going out here and making chants and stuff and talking about crystals, and then bam, you've summoned your future wife. You know, maybe he's out there just summoning a different woman in the future, but you were a fantastic learning experience for him. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even get to respond. Like, what? Like, you can't say you care about somebody and then freaking block them? Like,
yeah, who would do such a thing? It's not like women do this crap endlessly, guys, you know? Who would do such a terrible maneuver? I have no idea.
you don't care, or else you would have thought about my feelings. Like, no, you're being selfish. I don't know. I could give y'all so many stories about this relationship that is no longer together, but it wouldn't help because then it would look like I'm just bringing his name down in the dirt. And I loved him to death. I still do love him. Do I believe that he actually loved me? Yes, at one point in our relationship, but I feel like we've been over that stage forever.
Yeah, I mean, you probably went clubbing a few too many times for him to continue to love you. I don't know how women expect this crap to work, guys. Like, everyone just likes to call men insecure. Oh, you don't like a girlfriend who clubs. You don't like a girlfriend who seeks male validation on Instagram. What are you, insecure? And they use all of this shaming language, guys, but at the end of the day, men are allowed to make their own decisions. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.